Alright, so part 2 is a little bit different. And if we read the instructions right here, it says use a calculator or the square root table to approximate the nearest to the nearest thousands. Alright, now how come these are different? Well, because those numbers, if you take a look, 6, 14, 59, and 951 are not perfect squares. In other words, you cannot take the square root of it. So here we're going to have to rely on our calculator. So once again, you will need one of these. Make sure you have that square root function right there. And we're going to take a look here. Square root of 6. So the first one right here. Now if you go back to your perfect square list, 6 lands somewhere between 4 and 9. Which means that the square root of it has to land somewhere between 2 and 3. So let's take a look here. So let's go ahead and input the 6 right there. So I don't know if you could see it here. So the calculator's a little bit off right there. Alright, you're back again. I have to get another calculator here. Alright, so once again we were in letter A. So letter A, we said square root of 6. So we said that the square root of it should be somewhere between 2 and 3. So let's input it there and take the square root of it, and that's what you get, 2.4449. And they want you to round off to the nearest thousands. In other words, this is the third decimal place. So you take a look to the number to the right, it's smaller than 5. So this is going to approximate to 2.449, and that would be your answer for that. So the same thing with the rest. Here, remember, we have a negative, so we know that our answer will be negative. And once again, we put these squiggly lines right here because it's not exact. That's the approximation. So we put 14, and once again, take the square root of 14 and to the third decimal place. So this is going to jump to 2. So this is 3.742. Once again, you will need a calculator for these. Let's try another one. Square root of 59. So once again, if you want to think about it right here, 59 is somewhere between 49 and 64. So the square root of it has to be somewhere between 7 and 8. So 59, and we take the square root of it, and there we go. It is between 7 and 8. It's 7.681. This number is smaller than that, so this would be your answer for this. And one last one right here. This is a bigger number right here. Once again, it's okay. We could do this one because we have a negative on the outside. So our list didn't go all the way to 951, but we have our calculators here. So 951, and we take the square root of it, and that's what you get, 30.838. And that's where it's going to round off to. And that would be your answer for that one. So once again, this section is not difficult at all. You will have to rely on your perfect square table and on your calculator for this. The last one that we're going to do here is letter E. By the way, you don't have to worry about the last part right there, part 3. Those, you'll use them in case you go move on to college algebra, which will be your cube roots and your fourth roots. So let's take a look at letter E. This will be our last one right here. So you have a very similar problem to that on MyMathLab. It says the time it takes in seconds, which is represented by the letter T, for an object to fall s feet. So s is in this case, s is the number of feet that we have. It's given by the equation t equals 1/4 square root of s How long would it take an object to fall 5,000 feet? All right, so we're going to go ahead and first define what we have. We don't have t, that's what we're trying to fall. But we have s. S represents the number of feet. S, in this case, they're letting us know that it's 5,000 feet. So just like we've done it before, we're going to substitute that value in for s. So we have t equals 1/4 the square root of s. So once again, substitute the value in there. So square root of s, or in this case, square root of 5,000. Whatever we get, we're going to multiply it by 1/4. Now keep in mind that we may have to change that 1/4 to a decimal. So let's take a look at that. So in our calculator right here, we're going to go ahead and put 5,000 and then take the square root of it, which gives us 70.7106. Once again, you're probably going to have to round this off to the third decimal place. So let's go ahead and round this off to 70.711. Again, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be off. Now you may be wondering how are we going to do it with the fraction? Well, 1/4 is simply 0.25, remember. So all you have to do is just simply multiply those two right there. Once again, it'll be slightly off, but it shouldn't be that far off from what your answer will be. So t, if we multiply those two, let's go ahead and clear our calculator here. So it's 0.25 times 70.711. And that's how long it takes. All right, 17.6. And we round it off to the third decimal place. So it's 17.678 seconds. So that's how long it takes to fall 5,000 feet. All right, so once again, do not worry about part 3. We're only concentrating on the first two parts right there. So this concludes section 9.1.